show you how to prepare a young coconut and actually open it. A couple of the videos that I've seen on YouTube when I first wanted to figure out how to open one of these up, they were a little bit obscure. They didn't really talk about how to actually get the crown off, the most effective way to do it. So keep in mind, one thing to note is that the shell on these young coconuts are much thinner than the older ones, you know, and so getting these open, it really doesn't take much effort at all. Young coconuts compared to older ones, you know, the older ones, you know, when you say, hey, have you ever had a coconut? Like, oh yeah, everyone's had coconut, and the milk's not really good inside of them. It's just kind of old. In these, it's a lot different. The flesh inside of them is absolutely delicious. It's easy to get out. It's very tender. And the milk is just, the water in these are full of electrolytes, and it's absolutely delicious. It's sweet, and it instantly takes you to a tropical island when you drink one. So I love these things. I'm absolutely addicted to them. Every time I buy them, I get strange looks in the store, and they ask me, well, how do you open it? And so anyway, that's what we're going to do here. So the idea is to get it to where it looks like this. So we can pry the cap off, and then we can actually get in there and we can start taking the skin out, and we can eat it, we can drink the milk. Okay, so here's how I do it. I actually use two knives. I use one that it's kind of like this. It's I'm not going to mention any brand names for trademark purposes, but you want it to be sharp, of course. Okay, and then what you do is you get yourself a cutting board, and then what I do is I apply pressure like this. I get it down, and I put and I just kind of go along the edge like this, and just kind of pry it out like this as I press down. You got to be careful when you do this. So just like this. So we're going to take the crown off, right? Just get it all nice and prepared. It just takes a little bit of doing this. Just try to keep your fingers out of the way. So you'll start seeing the form of the head of the coconut show. I mean, we could probably take the cap off right the way it sits, but I like to get it nice and clean so I get a nice clean break in the shell. So just a little bit more right here. Okay. Yeah, like I was saying, at first I was like, okay, how do you get the cap off? And I was reading about it, and I was like, okay, so I eventually figured it out. So then what I've noticed is I've seen people on YouTube, you know, sit here and go like this, whack it. I mean, that's kind of dangerous. I don't really want to get too much distance between, you know, the coconut and the actual swing. I just want a little swing. So what I do is I find a nice even place here on the head. Now remember, it's really thin, and I use a knife that looks like this, and I use that edge right here, right? So if you think about it, if you're swinging out here, you have less weight as you would down here on that edge. So what I do is I just go like this. It's really simple. You got to watch what you're doing. So hold on to that thing and kind of press down, and all you do is just take this little edge and just hit it right into the cap like this. And then I just kind of push the knife through like this and just pry that right open. I mean, it's very rare that I don't get it just right each time, and you can see that the water is there. It's all clear. It's all fresh. By the way, if it's not clear, if it looks purple or anything like that, you probably don't want to drink it. So, and then once you do that, it's just ready to drink. Absolutely sweet. It's great. You've got to try one of these if you haven't had one. So I hope this helps you to figure out how to open these up. It's really simple, and I don't know if I mentioned, they're high in electrolytes, and they actually help me sleep better at night. Thanks for watching.